Hello, 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 Amazon. How are you? It's Jackie here, co-founder of Blendtec. And for any of you who are new to Amazon Live, just a couple behind the scenes, like fun things that you need to know. You will see a carousel, depending on where you're watching this, you're gonna see a carousel either underneath or by the side of this live stream. And you see a bunch of products in there. And literally pretty much everything I have in my kitchen that I'm gonna be talking about today, I have linked below in the carousel. So if there's something that you're like, oh my gosh, I've gotta have that, guess what? You click on that little thing on the carousel. It's like when I start talking about the Instapot, then you will click on there, and let me tell you, it is a Black Friday deal. So you definitely want to take advantage of getting that bad boy today. But let me digress because we are not to the Instapot yet. So a couple other things. You want to make sure that you're following us. You want to follow the Blendtec on Amazon, just like you would follow on any other social media channel. You want to make sure you follow here on Amazon. And then, my friend, go over to the settings, go to your settings, and then go to notifications and turn those notifications on so you get notified every single time we go live. And we literally bring, so Marcia is my business partner, and between the two of us, we do workouts, we also do cooking shows, what else do we do? She did a tour of her bathroom with like modern, sustainable things that you can, how to decorate your bathroom. We're gonna do beauty, we've got all kinds of things we're gonna be doing. So, there you have it. So make sure you're following us, Blendtec on Amazon, go to your notifications, turn on your setting or turn on your notifications so you get alerted every time we go live. But for today's live, well, before we get started, my fabulous outfit. This, you guys, is also in the carousel because you guys always ask what we're wearing. So Marcia and I, we pretty much live in athleisure because we're all about fitness and nutrition. But these are super cute. So they're high-waisted-ish. And they've got the little pockets. I love the pockets. I was gonna put my phone in there, but I'm using my phone to film. But it's perfect because I don't have to like carry my phone, and I don't have to put it in my purse and undo my purse. Just put it right here and it's always with me. And if I'm running outside, then it's boom right there. I have my AirPods in, all the good stuff, right? And since it's November, I throw on this wrap. And you guys, I live in Miami, so thankfully, my husband likes to keep it like Arctic cold in the condo. So I actually do need this when I'm inside. But once I go outside, girl, it is hot, 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 even in Miami in the winter. Like our winters are my favorite month or my favorite season in Miami because it's gorgeous. If you've not been to Miami, come on down, bring your phone. You can always shop wherever you are. That's the beauty of Amazon. You can get it anywhere, any place. Probably even as you're flying down to Miami to come visit. So anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm talking about my top 10 kitchen must-haves for the holiday, or literally just top 10 kitchen must-haves, and a lot of them are on Black Friday deals right here, which you guys, Amazon, Black Friday actually starts today on Amazon. One other quick thing before I get started, on our page, so the Amazon page, it's kind of cool how it has everything. We actually have different lists, and one of the lists that we're updating literally every day because new products are being added to Black Friday here on Amazon. So Marcia and I are literally updating our Black Friday idea list on the daily, literally like multiple times throughout the day. So if you want to, you can also head over to our Blendtec page and then look at our Black Friday list, and we'll constantly be updating that. But this right here is the Instapot. I am not cooking out of it for today's show, but let me tell you, if you have a crock pot, if you like to cook like one pot meals, forget it, and don't have to do anything else, this bad boy, you have got to order this one. And it is on special, Black Friday special. I think it says $95. and that's 21% off. So I just highlighted it in the carousel. But this, you guys, it's so amazing. Marcy always talks about her favorite setting on here is rice, because literally she cooks everything on rice. One thing that I do, I eat beans every day, regularly, sometimes multiple times a day. So I do get canned beans, always get BPA-free lining for your canned beans, but I also buy dried beans in bulk, like those big containers of beans. I love chickpeas, I love black beans, I like white beans, I love pinto beans. I love them all. There's not one bean that's better than the other. They're all amazing. But let me tell you, they're super easy peasy to cook in this Instant Pot. What you do, you pour at least 1 cup of beans into a bowl, cover it with water, let those beans soak overnight. Then the next morning, get rid of the water that the beans were soaking in, put the beans in the Instant Pot. I have a little charger in here, but or whatever it's called, the electric cord, the cord. So you put the dried beans here in the pot, cover it with water. Don't add any salt because that can alter the cooking, and it can alter like the permeability of the beans and stuff. Just the water, just the beans. Put the lid on, and then there's a setting on the Instant Pot for beans. What? So easy. Push the bean setting, and literally your beans are ready in like 30 minutes, which is crazy amazing. And this is also good for batch cooking. This just gave me an idea. I'm totally gonna do this. So I've got a show called Plant Plates. I'm gonna do it on Sunday. Usually do it like Sunday afternoon. It's like a little bit of meal prepping, but I'm gonna cook some, probably chickpeas, because I've got a bunch of chickpeas up in my cabinets. So I'll soak those overnight. So come back Sunday, 3 p.m. for Plant Plates, and you'll see me actually using and cooking the dried beans in the Instant Pot. And then you have like a ton of beans throughout the week, or whatever it is that you're making in the Instant Pot, and then you'll partition them out, and I can show you some of the containers that you can put them on once we get down. So number 1 on the list, y'all, get it now. Click on that. Click on the Instant Pot in the carousel right there. It's featured. Click on it. Get it. If you don't have it, this is seriously a tool that you need, an appliance that you need in the kitchen. You can thank me later. Seriously. hello@plantchicks.com is our email. Literally, send us an email and say, you were right. That was the best money I spent. You are going to love it. I kid you not. So, Instant Pot. Number 2 is my Blendtec. Marcia has a Vitamix. And the reason, so as you see, I live in a condo. We've got a tiny little condo. And the Blendtec actually fits underneath the counter. And I have no idea if Vitamix actually has one now that fits under the counter. But we've got very limited countertop space and cabinet space. So this is literally why I ended up getting the Blendtec. I love it. It's a high-speed blender. I literally just made hummus yesterday, right here, and I haven't taken it out of because it comes with 2 different attachments. It comes with this big guy, and then this little one for sauces and dressings and things like that. So I made some hummus, super, super easy to make, and I have to put it in my storage container. I was just lazy. I made it late last night. So this is amazing. I make smoothies on the regular, always making my own dressings, making so many good things. So a Blendtec or a high-speed blender is something that you will get a lot of use out of. These are a little bit higher price point here. Let me tag it right here. Hello, getting all close up in here, close and personal. But this is the Blendtec. Notice that it is a little bit higher price point, but when you amortize it, I've had this, gosh, how long have we had this? At least 5 years, if not longer. So say 300, well, yeah, so say you guys do the math for me. $338 divided by 5 years, and I think I've had it longer than 5 years, is what, $70-ish? You guys, I seriously cannot do math. Yeah, like a little bit less than $70 or right around $70. So that is actually pretty good, really good. And I'm gonna have it for more years, so it's gonna get even less expensive the longer I own it. And let me just see what messages I have that I'm getting. Olivia, love to cook. Yes, yes, yes. And I do too. I'm learning to love to cook. So if you love to cook, my friends, this Instapot, you've gotta get this. And Blendtec or high-speed immersion blender, these are a game changer. You can make so many different things, but literally I use it daily for my smoothies. And you see that I made hummus, sausage dressings. I make salads a lot, so I do make my own homemade salad dressings. So I'm using Blendtec. Between these two and the next one, oh no, the next one is, hold on, I'll get to the next one in a second. These two I use pretty much daily, and I'll tell you other ones. Actually, probably everything I'm gonna talk about today I use every day. So, next on the list are all-clad pots. Why all-clad? I'm actually gonna cook today, and I've got more underneath, but just so it doesn't look so messy, I didn't bring them all out. These bad boys, they're expensive, but they last forever. Again, amortizing over the years, it comes out to next to nothing. All-clad pots, these are really good. They conduct heat really well, and you're not gonna be leaching any kind of crazy chemicals from the pan into the food that you're eating. And here, I'm actually gonna cook. You guys, it's 10 o'clock, I still have not eaten, and one of the things I'm gonna be talking about are glass containers. So, you see, I get any kind of oatmeal. It usually is organic, gluten-free oatmeal. It doesn't always have to be gluten-free. I'm not as crazy about the gluten-free, but I always do get the organic oatmeal. And I pour the whatever it is into these glass containers. But I'm hungry, so you guys are gonna see what I'm gonna make for breakfast. And I'm doing half a cup of oatmeal. And as you see, I put the, oops, I turned on the wrong burner. But I put the all-clad pan on the burner, turned on the wrong burner, but now the right one is on, the correct one. And I'm putting a half a cup of oatmeal, man down, you see that I'm a messy cook. But I put a half a cup of oatmeal into the pan. I'm letting it kind of brown at the bottom a tiny little bit. And let me grab water. One of the things I like about this refrigerator is it filters water, and this is cold filtered water, which is my fave. But unfortunately, this bad boy leaks a little bit. So I'm putting in 1 cup of water into the oatmeal. And I'm going to talk a little bit because it's going to take a little bit of time for this to heat up. And then we will get back. See, this is like work in action. You can see how quickly everything happens. It's really freaking amazing, right? So the burner is on. I'm using the all-clad pan, which is amazing. It's good for your health. You guys, you do have to be very careful because there are aluminum pans and some of the non-stick pans they're not good for your health. So you've got to be very, very careful because the mineral that the pan is made of can leach into the food that you're cooking. An example, I've got cast iron skillets. Cast iron skillets are actually really good especially if you have anemia or if your blood counts or your hemoglobin is low, your hematocrit is low. Get some cast iron skillets because when you cook with cast iron, the iron from the pan goes into the food that you're eating, and then it helps elevate your iron levels. And the reverse is true. If you have a problem with high blood levels, like your hemoglobin is too high or hematocrit is too high, and this does happen, then you need to make sure that you're not cooking with the cast iron skillets, and there's a lot of nutritional things that you can do as well, but that's a totally another live, right? So anyway, you do want to pay particular attention to the types of pots and pans that you're using, the spatulas that you're using. I've got some wooden ones here, but also in the carousel are silicone right here pieces. I'm not going to use this right now because I could use like a silicone spatula. Actually, I will use that. And these are good because they're actually good, like heat resistant. They're really good. You're not leaching any kind of crazy toxic chemicals into your body when you eat. So that is really good. And those silicone spatulas, that set is on sale. It's a Black Friday deal. So definitely dive into that one. I ended up getting these, which are highlighted here. I got them in orange, but I got them on Prime Day. I love it. You guys, can you tell that I'm slightly obsessed with Amazon? My husband might be more obsessed than me. We get Amazon shipments almost daily, which is kind of crazy town. So you hear me, Jeff? We need to probably get some stock in the company. All right, so my oatmeal is boiling. So I started the timer for 5 minutes. I'm cooking my oatmeal, and I do prefer to either get steel cut oats or the ones that take a while to cook, but they still only take 5 minutes. If you do steel cut oats, I love to cook the steel cut oats in the Instapot. You can make like a homemade apple pie oatmeal. Holy deliciousness. So darn good. All right, so these bad boys are really cooking. This is another thing with these all-plag pans. It really distributes the heat so well, so evenly. Like you don't have to have the temperature as high as most other products because it conducts the energy very well. So this is boiling. It's gonna boil for a total of 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad bit more. But the next thing on my list, you guys, is Nespresso. So I put on the carousel, it's not just the Nespresso maker, it also has the milk frother. Now I know we're plant chicks, but this milk frother, I use it with plant-based milks too, and I'll tell you a couple of milks that work very, very well in the milk frother and some that do not. Okay, so with the Nespresso, I've actually already had a cup of coffee, but guess what? I want another one. So today this morning I had a flavor. My husband doesn't like flavored coffee, but I had a flavored Nespresso. And since I've already had one, my second cup is going to be half calf because as you can tell, I'm a little bit hyper and I don't need that much caffeine. So this is how easy it is. It has the water that you have to refill. I refilled that before I got on the live. It just sits in there nice and simply. I put the Nespresso pod into the maker. I'm pushing the little button, and this is how easy it is. But I've always loved lattes, and I have to tell you, this frother, and it comes with the Nespresso machine. This frother, and this looks a little bit different than the one in there, but they're the same, I promise you, because I know people who have the one that's in the machine, or in the carousel, and it works really, really well, both. So, milks, plant-based milks that work well to froth. And this is so easy, it's literally like the ease of a button. Soy milk, you wanna make sure that you get organic soy milk, and you can get that on Amazon Prime or Whole Foods. You can just put it in the carousel and voila, it is delivered to your door. Soy milk, any of the forager milks that are also available at Whole Foods, holy moly, those bad boys froth up very nicely. But I am really into soy milks and having a little bit of soy every day just because I'm in menopause, and it really helps with all the side effects. But you just put a little bit in there, And there's like 2 little lines, and I filled it too full before, and it ends up frothing over. So all you do, is you just push this little button, and that red, so it's plugged in, push the button, and it's going to be frothing. Typically what I do, because I'm talking, I didn't do it like exactly the timing that I normally do it, but typically I start the Nespresso, bink, and then right after that I go directly over. Sounds like an airplane taking off, doesn't it? But then I come over here and I put in my plant-based milk, typically soy milk, or if I'm feeling extra fancy, I might get a Forager cashew milk, because those bad boys, also nut pods, those 3. So any of your soy milks, organic, non-GMO, Forager milk, or nut pods. These all froth amazingly well for your plant-based milk. And literally, these Nespresso frothers are the bomb.com. They're better than any other frothers I've had. And I've literally had all of them. All right, could have added a little bit more water here. And the timer is about to go off. I'm like nailing all of these times. I woke up before my alarm this morning and everything, actually the past 3 days. So this will blink as soon as it's done. And look, are you ready? Let me know if you're ready and you want to see how amazing this is. Look, look, and you could tell, I think you could probably tell, I don't want to spill it, that it was like probably a quarter full, but now look, it's almost all the way to the top. It's warm and it's frothy and delicious. And with an espresso, if you guys have used Nespresso before and you're like, I don't like it because it had like the coffees are so little, that's why, my friends, I've got the Virtuo machine in there. My husband and I, we got the Virtuo. So it makes a taller cup of coffee. This is really difficult. I need more cameras so you can see like top angles. So it's frothy and amazing. And now, oh, you guys, this is dangerous. Oh, look at that. So good. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit. And I still have a little bit of soy milk in there. So I'm gonna save it. Oh my gosh, it's like creamy and delicious. And this is one of the reasons I love Nespresso, because the foam, you can't beat that. Who else likes the Cowboys out there? Any other Cowboy fans? My husband loves the Cowboys. I like them too. My brother was a Cowboys fan, so I've always liked the Cowboys. I couldn't remember if it was my dad or my brother, but it was my brother, and my dad liked the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm from Kansas originally. I have no idea how he came up with Pittsburgh. So I've kind of always liked those 2 teams. Okay, so if you like to make a mean latte, y'all need to just order that espresso maker. And definitely this milk frother. I think I'm gonna have to add in, we're gonna create a holiday guide on our Amazon page as well. So come back to our Amazon page, make sure you follow us here on Amazon, follow Plant Chicks on Amazon. Go to our page, and we have all Black Friday deals in there, and we're also going to list a holiday guide. We're gonna create that as well. Yes, Cowboys, I love it. We're also going to make a holiday guide so you can go back to any of those lists at any time. But again, everything that I'm talking about here today, we have it linked in the carousel. All right, so we already talked about, first of all, we started off with the Instant Pot, freaking amazing, Blendtec. These 2 and the Nespresso maker, I use these daily, sometimes multiple times a day. So literally, these things I have to have with the milk frother. So I use those all the time, all Glad pots, whenever I cook, which is pretty much every day. There are some days I don't cook because I've already prepped stuff. You come back to my plant plates on Sunday and you'll see me prepping. But there are some days I actually don't cook because I've prepped everything during the week. Silicone spatulas, glass storage containers, right here. And also, we've got some other ones in the carousel. I didn't pull those out, but it's like whenever I'm prepping, then I'll actually put these glass containers, I'll put the food in the glass containers, And then I'll have them and it's just easy access and I can pull it out and grab it at any point in time. So mason jars, I've got a couple mason jars here, a couple sizes. I don't have anything in this one. I should have pulled one out that's full. But I do have a variety of mason jar sizes because they're so, like, some things I buy in bigger quantities and some things I just need. So, you know, obviously you just want to have different sizes for different quantities. And to be honest with you, like, as these things start emptying, I will change it out and pour it into a smaller container and then wash the bigger one and then fill it with whatever else I have coming up. So, mason jar, first of all, with my oatmeal. So I have the oatmeal, it's cooked in the all-clad pan. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I've been working out a lot lately. So I want to increase my protein intake a little bit. I have taken my complement protein out of the bag and I put it in a mason jar. And I'm going to add, so one of the things I like about complement is there's very few ingredients. This is not a protein powder that you would drink on its own. It has to be mixed with other things because there's literally no fillers, no sweeteners, no nothing. And it's just not very flavorful if you eat it by itself. So I'm adding the complement protein that I keep in my mason jar. I'm putting it in here, stirring it up. Now, this is the fun part. The next product that I want to talk about are silicone reusable bags. Sorry, my hand is like, oh, here's the mason jars. All right, you get the idea. All right. So these silicone reusable bags. I just opened my freezer. These are frozen organic berries. I had a huge amount. I got some organic berries at Costco and I was going out of town, so I put all the berries in this silicone baggie. So I try not to use baggies or plastic. You guys, I'm not perfect. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I use plastic. You'll see me using plastic. Like I make these little drinks every morning, my elixir, and I put them in a plastic to-go cup or whatever, and I shake it up. So I'm not perfect. It's progress, not perfection. But one of the reasons I love getting my frozen berries, I put them into, and this is one of the beauties of being plant-based. You don't have to measure anything. You just put it in. Berries, first of all, you have to get berries organic. Why? Because berries are very high pesticide crop. So you have to get berries organic and they have less pesticides. Berries have a very thin skin, so the pesticides like creep, into the pesticides creep into the berries. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once. But I love to put frozen berries in my oatmeal because the frozen berries help cool off the oatmeal. How freaking genius is that? It's like putting ice into a drink, but this makes it taste good. And you have to have a healthy fat on our plant plates. So we've got our good healthy carbohydrate, half a cup of the oats, starchy carb, and then we've got fruits. I've got raspberries and blueberries, a bunch of them in there. And I'm going to add some ground flaxseed. For the protein, I did protein powder. Normally what I do for protein are beans, but I didn't want to put beans. True story, I did not want to put beans in my oatmeal, which I've been known to do some pretty crazy things. And you can make some savory oats that, let me tell you, are smack your mama good. And it includes beans and mushrooms and spinach and all these amazing things in your oatmeal. Holy moly, game changer for the oatmeal, I'm telling you. So here, I've got the oatmeal, the berries that are melting and cooling off the oatmeal, the flaxseed, and the protein powder. And I will pour this in a bowl and I'll take a picture and I'll post it on our Plant Chicks wall, and I'll have links to everything that will be posted in the picture, and then you'll have it from there. So that is breakfast. super excited. Got 2 other things to share with you, but I want to know if you guys have any questions. I'm checking. I love that we've got some cowboy fans here. Super exciting, and I love that we have some people who love to cook. Oh, you guys, that coffee. So good. Maybe it's even better because it is in the Cowboys mug. What do you think? All right. 2 more must-haves in the kitchen. Just going to rearrange this a little bit. One is a knife, a kitchen knife. Now, why do you need a kitchen knife? A chef's knife. A chef's knife, my friends. Now, I do invite you to go back to our Amazon page and go to my plant plates. You can actually scroll down on our page, and at the very bottom, you'll see all of our live streams, and you can literally like click and say view all live streams. But in my plant plates that was just done on Sunday, so just a couple days ago, almost a week ago, I talked about a chef's knife. A chef's knife feels like the protein powder that's on my hand. Let me clean that off a little bit. All right, a chef's knife is crazy important. You want to make sure it's nice and sharp. They've got a special here on this one, and this is actually from the Amazon holiday gift guide, because Amazon has created their own holiday gift guide, which is amazing. You get a lot of really good ideas there. But a good chef's knife, you will use this every day. I use this multiple times a day. You want to make sure it's nice and sharp. You definitely want to have something to sharpen your knives with, and you want to sharpen your knives pretty much on the daily or every few days. And it's really simple. Like, I was scared when I first learned how to do this. I'm like, Jackie with a knife is scary enough in and of itself. But listen, if I can use a knife, if I can learn how to do, like, you learn how to use a chef's knife, my friend, you can too. But to sharpen the knife, you want to start at the bottom edge, and you just go, and you want to do both sides. And my mom was so cute when I was up with my mom. She's like, can you sharpen my knives? Because my dad used to do it for her. So it was fun. I got to sharpen her knives. But this, it's a game changer. And some knives, they'll actually come with a warranty, and you can send them back to the company and have them sharpen it. Or sometimes if you spend enough money on a knife, they'll replace them. They have like lifetime guarantees. But having a good chef's knife is key to making your cooking, your meal prep easy peasy amazing. So definitely invest in a really good chef's knife. And on Sunday, just go back to my plant plates. Like, I actually talk about how to use a knife, because that's one of the things. I actually have my degree in nutrition and dietetics, practiced as a registered dietitian at the beginning of my career, and literally, I didn't know how to cook. So it's interesting, like, when you go to school for something, I go to school for nutrition, I learned all the science and everything behind, like, what diets are good, and like for clinical nutrition, when you're sick, if you can't eat, like hyperalimentation, tube feedings, like all these different things. But one of the things I barely learned how to do is cook. So if you don't know how to cook, if you don't know how to chop vegetables, if you don't know how to cut up foods and meal prep, then you're less likely to actually do it. And this is one of the reasons we do have such an obesity epidemic here in the United States, and actually literally all over the world, because people don't know how to cook. And one positive that's coming out of this pandemic is people are having to stay home and cook and prepare more meals on their own. So stay close to our Plant Chicks page. Marcia has been doing meal prep with Marcia since we started. So literally there's probably 100 recipes on our page alone that you can find on how to make nourishing and healing meals for any day of the week. Holidays, we have a Plantsgiving one that we did, Marcia and I did together when I was in Austin a couple weeks ago. So there's a lot of really good information that we share here on our page. And let me tell you, Amazon, there's a lot of other live streams out there. So check them out. Like, if there's something that you're wanting to do, if you're wanting to do a workout, if you're wanting to learn to cook, if you're wanting to find out what to pack for an amazing vacation. Check it out, like do a search in those live streams because there's literally something on every topic, and that's one of the reasons I'm loving this Amazon live stream so much, because you can literally learn so much information. But getting back to my top 10, because it's all about this show right now, right? Just kidding. But make sure that you do have a really good chef's knife and learn how to use it. You can just do a search, but also go to my plant plates and I'll show you how to cook or how to chop with it. And I can also show you on Sunday's plant plates. And the very last thing I have to share with you is, let me come up here. And at some point I will have, sorry I'm so up close and personal. Hello. You guys. See, our kitchen's super small, so we just have one of these right now. Might have to get another. This is like super cushiony. As you can, or maybe you can't tell, our floors, they look like wood, but they're like a ceramic. They're hard. And when you are cooking, when you're meal prepping, when you're doing dishes, and face it, kitchen is where we just hang out. Like, kitchen is a hangout area. So when you're standing for long periods of time, your feet start to hurt, your back starts to hurt, and this little cushiony mat is a game changer. It has saved me. It saves my knees, my back, my feet, and it's just so much better having this cushiony mat. And let me tell you, it comes in every size, every shape, and every color. So if you need something like in a corner, if you want something round, if you want something square, whatever, guess what? This mat, you can get it. And it comes in every color, so it will definitely go with your home decor. So I really, really do love my little cushy kitchen mat. I don't know what to call it. That's what I'm calling it. So let's recap. Recap some of my top 10 favorite kitchen must-haves for today's live show that do, for the most part, a lot of these do have Black Friday deals. And today, if you did not know, Black Friday officially starts today here on Amazon, which is crazy amazing. I love that there's so many sales all over the place, and I can't wait to start clicking add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. And with Amazon Prime, this stuff comes like super fast. And one of the nice things that Amazon also does is you can save it. It's like you can put it all in your cart, but you can say, make this my ship date, because there's so many amazing deals. And then you can save on packaging, so it's better for the environment if you ship pretty much everything at one time versus having like 10, 20, 50 different boxes coming like over all of those days, right? Okay, so recapping. Number 1, Instant Pot. This is literally, you have to have the Instant Pot. Marcia uses it pretty much in every one of her meal prep with Marcia's. I use it regularly. Blendtec is number 2. The all-clad pots, I've got like 3 or 4 different sizes, and there's some other pots that I did not include in the carousel today, so that'll be on another episode next week. But all-clad pots, these bad boys are amazing. The Nespresso maker, with the milk frother. This milk frother is a game changer, and it's the best milk frother. And don't forget, if you are plant-based, if you're a plant-based pro like the Plant Chicks, use organic soy milk. And let me tell you, soy is good for men, women, everyone. If you have breast cancer, it's good for you. It is healthful for you. Organic soy milk, or forager milks, or nut pods, all which are available at Whole Foods and through Amazon Prime. All right, next would be silicone spatulas. You've got the whole link in the carousel. These are Black Friday deals. We've got glass storage containers. That's a little bit different than what I have in the carousel, but I literally got every single size and shape of container. Next up are mason jars, and you saw that I transfer whatever I get, from my protein powder to my ground flaxseed. And again, you can get all this stuff on Amazon as well. My ground flaxseed, I keep it in the refrigerator and I have various sizes of mason jars. I love this size of mason jar to make overnight oats in. That's super amazing. Maybe I'll make some of these on plant plates on a Sunday. Do a couple mason jars of overnight oats. Totally. I love how I'm like coming up with all these ideas for my live on Sunday. It's gonna be good. Silicone reusable storage bags. I've got several of these, but I'm just pulling them out of my freezer so you can see. They're like Ziploc bags, but better for the environment. So definitely grab yourself some of these silicone reusable storage bags. You definitely want to have your chef's knife. We've got an amazing one linked here, but you know, literally you have to see what's good, like what feels comfortable in your hand, because when you're chopping, you want to use like, so the food will be here and you want to chop with the back heel of the knife. So you're going to be cutting like this. So it has to be comfortable in your hand. And this bad boy is very comfortable. And then last but not least is your cushiony kitchen mat. Again, it can come in any color, any shape to match your kitchen. We did gray to kind of match the stainless and to match some of the appliances. So it normally goes over here, but because our kitchen is so small, I like move it around. I don't want to have the entire kitchen full of these. So anyway, I can't thank you enough for joining the show today. Stay close to our page. Make sure you're following Plant Chicks here on Amazon, and make sure that you also turn on your notifications so you can get alerted when we go live and any of your other favorite brands that go live. You'll get alerted. You can watch these live streams. And one of the beauties with these live streams, they're available all the time. So if you missed one of our live streams, go to our main page, Plant Chicks, and just scroll all the way down. To the bottom, you'll see live streams, and you can view all, and then you just go and watch whichever one you need the recipe from. You want to find whatever, the cute outfit that I had on or Marcia had on. If you want to find any of that stuff, you can always find it on our main Plant Chicks page. Also, head over to our main Plant Chicks page. We're constantly updating our Black Friday list because that is ever changing and evolving. And we will be creating a holiday gift guide, all Plant Chicks approved. So make sure you give us a follow. Let us know if there's anything that you want to see us cook, because we are here to serve you, and we want to share all this, like how amazing and easy and fun it is to eat plant-based and have sustainable stuff in your kitchen and on your body. Like it's amazing and it feels good. So also head over to our page. I will be posting a picture of my completed oatmeal, and I'll tag all the products that I used in order to make it. So that's it for now. You guys have an amazing day. Happy Friday, and we will see you. I'll see you on Sunday on Plant Plates with Jackie around 3 o'clock Eastern, and it'll be there. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.